Welcome to another video for MTS building kits. In this video we'd like to take a look at finish framing for overhead doors and slider doors. Let's start with the overhead door side jambs. That's going to be a treated 2x6 and you'll install that on the inside of the post where the overhead door will go. You want to cut that 3 inches longer than your door height. So if you have a 10-foot tall door, then you want to cut this 2x6 at 10 foot 3 inches. And that'll give you an opening that is 1 inch shorter than your overhead door. That way your overhead door can close right against that. Once you have that board cut, also take, this is just a temporary block, just a 2x4. That'll be 3.5 inches tall this way, and you want to just temporarily screw that on here, and you want to install this jamb flush with the side of the post that is toward your door opening here, and you'll want that the bottom of that to be exactly level with the bottom of your skirt board that you ran around the perimeter of your building as you were first installing the framing there. You want to install that all again flush with the inside of your door opening there, and then we'll move to the top header for this overhead door. You'll see here we have what we call an inside side header. That will be another 2x6 or 2x8 depending on what your materialist says. You can look at that, and you want to cut that to be the width from the outside of your side jamb to the far side of the other side jamb on the other side of your door. That way it can rest directly on top of your jamb. You'll want to then install your bottom header here. That will be flush with the bottom of your inside header. So if we come over here, here's a little diagram of what this header is going to look like. You have a side header on the inside, a bottom header, all of this is going to be flush at the bottom, and then an outside side header. You'll notice that these side headers all go and attach to the post, but the bottom header will be fitting just in between the opening of your overhead door. You see here how it's cut. You will need your side girts on the exterior cut back 2 inches so that the outside header will fit in there. Once you have that header installed, you want to put some center blocks in. Should be some 2x6 extra on your job there, and you'll want that about 2 feet long. You see this in this diagram, the 2x6 is the one that's going, it sits down inside this header, and here in this picture it's going up and attaching to the truss. Just gives it some stability there. And then this 2x6 is flat, sitting on top of the inside of the door opening and going up about 2 feet. That'll give you a place to fasten your overhead door springs. This is just focusing on the framing, so we won't get into that detail. But you'll also want to take a 2x6 and install above this inside side header about 2 feet again, just above that on the inside. That's again where your overhead door track will mount, and so on. Let's take a look at the sliding door framing as well. Here we have a track board. You see the track is attaching to it. That is sitting flush with the bottom of your door header. Typically that's going to be the bottom cord of your truss where you want that to be installed, but if you're sliding door is not as tall as your building eaves, then it could be a 2x10 or whatever was chosen for your header for your track board. But a treated 2x6 track board is what you'll attach the track to. The side jamb then is what you see in these pictures. Here we're standing in the door opening looking toward the other side, and you see that 2x6 is sticking out past, here you can see it's 1.5 inches out past the side girts, and what that does is it sets it out directly at the outside of this track board, and that keeps your sliding door from hitting your siding once that's installed. That pretty well finishes it up for overhead door and sliding door framing. Thank you for choosing an MTS building kit. We're here to make this an easy build.